We're back in the shop today. Gonna be throwing the VR6 engine into the GTI. So yeah, and for some reason it's the end of May and it's 45 degrees outside still in Massachusetts. So I had to turn the heater on, which is kind of annoying, but oh well. So obviously gonna get this thing in. First thing I'm gonna do, obviously attach the engine mounts, drop this thing in there. Hopefully it goes in smooth. It shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, let's get into it. All right, so as you can see, got this thing in. It's pretty sweet. Do have to adjust this engine mount a little bit. As you can see, it's a little sideways. Not a big deal though. This one straight, and it's funny how tight it gets with this exhaust manifold. So I'm definitely a little worried about the turbo with that extra spacer, which I got over here. Since this is gonna add another 2 inches. Hopefully there's still enough room, which I think there will be, but definitely gonna end up finding out. But overall, not bad. So just gonna start attaching stuff back up. I'm gonna do the power steering line, shift linkage, wiring harness, all that fun stuff, clutch line, all that stuff. So yeah, and this stuff, most of this stuff is all getting deleted, the evap. Just gonna pull it right out from where it is, and then put caps on it. Not a big deal. Gotta figure out what to do with this hard line since there's no longer a heat shield for it to bolt up to. I think there's 2 of them, as you can see. So it's a lot of stuff I still gotta figure out, obviously. But overall, at least it's finally back in, which is pretty sweet. Seeing this thing in, hopefully ends up running, but we're gonna see. So yeah. All right, so we got this section pretty much done. Got the fuel rails on, steering pump, reservoir, coolant ball, got all the lines attached to it. Also got rid of all the evap. Just gotta put some plugs on, figure out what size they are. Just like that. I can get it on. And yeah, now I did that. Got the power steering line connected down there. Still gotta attach the AC lines. And obviously a lot of the wiring, but I'm gonna start working on doing the shift linkage, get the few grounds on, put some coolant hoses on. There's one there, one back here. These are for the throttle body, which I think I'm actually gonna use as the turbo coolant lines. I'm just gonna have to extend them, obviously, but I think that'll work good. And I also gotta figure out what to do with these hard lines. Clearly, they're gonna be in the way. So I might end up getting rid of the hard lines completely, just having soft lines. Run them across the top here, come back over here. I think that's gonna be the easiest thing. But yeah, it's kind of a work in progress. Don't really know like exactly what I'm gonna do yet with a lot of this stuff. It's kind of just as I go, figure it out. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with these nitrous lines. It was on nitrous, that's how I blew it up. Might just leave them in, connect them for now, because why not? Got my purge line right here, but I'm not sure yet. So yeah, just gonna keep working. Just figure out up to you guys as I go. All right, so we got the shift linkage on. Got these coolant hoses on as well. This one right here, which this one goes to the throttle body. So I think I'm gonna, like I said earlier, use this as the turbo coolant hose. And we also end up removing all that hard line right there. And basically what I'm gonna have to do is take this off as well, but run a line from here all the way to this T-fitting, take this section off, and or if I don't end up using the throttle body hoses as coolant hoses, I'll just end up removing this and just putting one big line into there. I'm not sure yet. And then same with the bottom. Gotta pull this off completely. Run one hose from the bottom of the coolant ball all the way to that thing right there. And I think that should be worked. That way I can move it up and out of the way, like up here. So it's not on the turbo or in the way of the turbo. Shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, so did that. We got the clutch line on. A few other things. Got a few connectors clipped in. Throttle body is clipped in right here. And it seems like it's gonna reach, so I think I should be good. Don't have to extend the wires. Not sure if I'm gonna get messed though, because I don't know if this connector is gonna reach somewhere or not. So it's really just a work in progress. So little by little, get in there. I think next I'm just gonna go ahead and get the axles in and all that boring stuff. But yeah, I'm just, main concern right now is really if the turbo is even gonna fit here with that adapter. I think my studs come in today, so I'll be able to test fit it, and hopefully it works, but we're gonna see. All right, so got the axles in on both sides, as you can see. Also got the dog bone mount in as well, and this is probably the best part. My studs came in and we got the turbo in, and it fits, not by much, but it does fit. The only thing that might stink is making an intake for this thing, since it's 4-inch and there is just about 0 room at all. So that's gonna be interesting. And also I gotta figure out which way to orientate this for the intercooler. I'm still waiting on a bunch of stupid little things like fittings and whatnot. I'm still waiting on the fitting to screw into there, and I'm still waiting on the line to go from the tensioner and make a line go into the turbo, because I also did get the fitting I needed for this piece today. Right here, it goes from 1/8-inch NPT to 4AN. So I'm gonna have the 4AN line run to the turbo, and then I have a 4AN, and then in the factory Garrett other side, like the fitting size, screw in, and I'm running I think it's a 0.4 millimeter restrictor, oil restrictor. I believe that's what it is, because this has ceramic dual ball bearing, and those do not need a lot of oil. So too much oil, you're gonna end up blowing an oil, turbo seal. So, but yeah, I'm gonna connect a few more connectors and then probably wrap this thing up. All right, so went ahead, took the turbo out, loosened all the bolts for the housings so I could spin them like this while it was connected to the manifold. And I already did the exhaust side so that oil fitting for the oil feed is now directly up top, as you can see down there. And now I'm just going ahead and doing the intake side. I think I'm gonna put it like right there. Just gonna have this thing come up, and don't know how I'm gonna do the intercooler yet, because since this is on this side, I was thinking originally, if this wasn't on this side anyways, I was gonna have this come up, come around into the intercooler, come out the other side of the intercooler, go up, but now it's gonna come across to that. And I don't think there's enough room when the radiator and all that stuff's right here to make the pipe go up over here into there. And that would probably be pretty restrictive, having all those bends. So what I think I'm gonna do is, since I don't have the stock intake manifold over the top of the valve cover anymore, I have a little bit more clearance from the hood. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, probably have this thing come up, come across the valve cover, down into the intercooler, out this side, into the throttle body. I think that'll probably work out the best. And it might look kind of cool with the intercooler piping coming across here. Not sure. I don't really care how it looks though. I just want this thing running at this point. So I think that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. I think that makes the most sense. So I think this will be good right here. And then I can take this thing out, tighten all these bolts up, and put it in there, hopefully for good. I'm not sure, but it is kind of a pain fitting it in there, getting it in between this and right here. Looks like there's a lot of room, but there's actually not that much. Ends up hitting the back of here and whatnot, and I can't get it through the bottom because the axle's in the way. So hopefully I don't have to pull this thing out too many more times. Another thing is, I'm waiting for a dump tube flange to come in so I can make a dump tube for it. But I also gotta make an exhaust for it as well. There's about a million different things I still have to do. But at least got the turbo finally bolted up and the engine is pretty much in. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out now is this downpipe. So originally I had this little U right here, which I thought would have worked fine, and it probably would have if I didn't have this spacer right here, because the turbo would have been up a little bit higher. But now, since it's so far down there, that U ends up hitting this piece right here, because it's about 5 inches. So I'm gonna have to do pie cuts, which is gonna stink. As you can see, I took the wastegate off too for more room. So I'm gonna do like 20 pie cuts to do a 180, and then make it come out at a 90 and down into the rest of the exhaust down here, as you can see. So it's actually gonna take forever to do, but don't have many other choices. I could have just bought a new manifold with a T4 on it, but I guess it's my own fault, so that's what I'm gonna have to do. But I already started cutting all the pie cuts. I still have to grind them down, obviously deburr them, all that, and just gonna start tack welding them and then slowly build this downpipe little by little, and I'll show you guys how it goes. Also forgot to mention that I got my blow-off valve in, which is kind of cool. It's a fake tile. I like how they put tile on it. It's kind of funny. This is just a $60 eBay one. So that's what I'm gonna run for now. Shouldn't matter too much as long as it doesn't leak. I don't care. Gotta put a different spring in it though. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna start doing this downpipe. All right, so give you guys an update. Basically made a 180, but about half the size of this one. As you can see, just got a TIG weld, but I already test fitted it and it will clear in the car. So basically gonna come all the way around, and then I gotta come out this way, make a 90, and then make it drop down a little bit into the rest of the exhaust. So this is just TIG welding it, or tack welding it, I mean, and this took forever to make. So welding, I'm gonna have probably about 20 pie cuts in total. All right, so still working on this dang downpipe. It's pretty late out now, but Ethan just showed up and said he had a surprise for me. Oh boy, bro got mad parts in.
You got some shitty parts in.
Not bad.
You got some more coming in tomorrow, right? I got scammed on some fucking rain guards.
Yeah, for some reason they sent them 2, and he ordered WeatherTechs, which are mad bread for
spent like $200 on 2 fucking rain guards.
Yeah, but
I got scammed.
Got a PRL intake. He also has an intercooler coming in. Hasn't come in yet. Got a front lip. Got camber arms for the rear. And he also got Hondata, but that hasn't come in yet either. But he's finally starting the build on the Accord.
Type R turbo now.
Not bad.
We just hit twin right before this.
Oh, Twin River Casino.
We had a slight come up. So the Type R turbo.
Oh my god.
30K jackpot. We're definitely going with the Type R turbo on this build.
Oh my gosh. All right, you guys heard it. He's putting a Type R turbo on the Accord.
This is racing money.
Dude, that's
Any
crazy.
M3s.
Oh my god.
5 grand after this is built.
Holy
Vermo.
crap.
Only stock though, I'm a pussy.
Bro hit 30K at the casino. Not bad though. He got parts in. That's the main concern, right? Bro just has it in his
until my car blows up.
That is true. Yeah, we're kind of worried about the 10 speed because apparently they don't hold much after 400 foot-pounds torque. But yeah, you guys will be seeing a build on this thing soon now. Pretty hyped. Ethan's finally...
Custom exhaust by Luca Penisman.
Yeah, I gotta make a downpipe for him. That way he doesn't have a stupid cat restricting him. And this is just the one half of the intake, and then I'm going to make the other half for him where it goes into the turbo. But he got intercooler and all the intercooler piping already from PRL. I think it comes in tomorrow, right? Something like that. Yeah. So not bad.
Build soon. Build soon.
That versus the VR6. Once that thing's done,
yeah,
that'd be close.
Fuck all that. I'll buy a scat at that race.
I know, dude. You might as well go buy one.
I'm about to sell that piece of shit. Buy a scat. It's a bad idea, but
not bad. And forgot to mention, got our spark plugs in, and these are BKR 7Es. Obviously, factory ones in that are way hotter. I think they're 2 steps hotter. So those would be the BKR 5Es, I believe. I believe they're 5s. All right, so as you can see, finally finished the downpipe. Definitely huge pain, but finally got done. It fits up mint. This flange I had to cut off the old headers because I didn't have a spare one, because I thought these ones would fit, but apparently they're slightly different on the inside where this little ring is. So I couldn't use these, so I had to use the old one. That's why it looks kind of old and crappy, but overall, not bad. Just gotta weld this whole thing now, which is gonna stink, and that's gonna take forever. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Got the engine in, got the downpipe made. I'm gonna end up welding that, show you guys what it looks like. Probably next video, but next video I think I'm gonna be able to start this thing. I gotta attach a few oil lines and coolant lines and whatnot. But I did get all the parts in. Got a T-fitting right there. Now we'll be attaching the other coolant hose to that. Still gotta put this oil line in, waiting on a fitting for the turbo, and the drain line I have to do as well. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Next video though, hopefully this thing will be started and hopefully it runs and it's not a piece of junk. So stay tuned for that, and peace.